Yo, what is up? It's that time, it's that hour, it's Righteous with another video. Alright, so it's been a while. I've been trying to create like a some kind of a background and like some kind of a setup for my new YouTube videos and whatnot, but at the moment it's been a little hectic and I'm in a new place, which is good. It's a little bit bigger and I've been going through a lot, but let's just jump into it. All right, so the title of this video is most likely gonna be, my thoughts on the talk of Canelo versus Terence Crawford. I like that conversation. I like it a lot because you're basically taking the two biggest fighters and the most talented and the most skilled fighters in the world and allowing them to fight. I like the idea of Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, but I think that Tyson Fury edges him a little bit. I would say that, that's 1A, one or like top fights, like those two fights right there, like incredible. Gervonta Davis versus, let's say, I would say Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. One of those fights, would be great as well. But pertaining Canelo versus Terence Crawford, I think that's a marvelous fight. I think that's the fight that everyone would want to see this year. I don't know if it would ever happen this year because I think it would be too soon. And honestly, with Errol Spence, saying that he's gonna want to fight again with Terence Crawford, I don't see it happening that much sooner. But it's good that they talk about it now, and let's go into the breakdown. So I've done some of this research already on this fight, and I don't see an issue now. The biggest issue is bone density, body structure, and whatnot like that. When you got Canelo that is just built differently, that as a kid you could tell he was a fat kid, you know what I'm saying? And he was just built, more like a tank compared to Terence Crawford that has more like a swimmer's body. It's a little bit of a difference there. But Terence Crawford's arms are a little bit longer. He doesn't have that much of a history of injuries. Canelo has a little bit of history of injuries, but he's a tough guy that's going to come forward. And honestly, I think with the fact that Canelo has, he has help sometimes with the judges. I'm not going to say like he has it all put together for him, kind of like Floyd, because, Floyd Mayweather, in all honesty, he can fight. Floyd can fight, and he's a great fighter. I used to be I used to critique him a lot, but he kind of needs the referee and all this stuff because he's a defensive fighter. He's not gonna shoot first. He's not gonna go, to the offensive side first. But nonetheless, I think with Canelo, it's more about the judges. It's not really about the referee and whatnot. So the biggest problem with that is when you got someone that throws power shots, he loads up on the shots, barely throws a jab, he doesn't set up with the jab and all that, like Terence Crawford. You got a major problem because the thing is, you got somebody like Canelo that he's gonna land. He's gonna find a way to land. And if he's throwing bombs and he's got the judges, then he's got more of an opportunity to hurt Crawford than vice versa. Now, if Crawford can stick the jab and embarrass, he has to like literally embarrass Canelo, like almost like the first fight the only fight that he had with Floyd, it was Canelo versus Floyd. He would have to do something like that. Now, I don't think that that's possible anymore. I do not think that that's possible. Canelo's slower than he was back then. He's a little more sharp and more agile, and he's more playful with his fighting style. He's willing to mix it up. He's willing to engage, and he's seen monsters already. So I don't think he's going to be afraid to get inside with Crawford. So if he's embarrassing him, he's basically just going to become more nasty and dirtier. So in my opinion, I would pick Canelo to edge out that fight, and I would pick him on points. I don't think he would drop Terence Crawford, but he might have to if Terence Crawford's playing some kind of mind game and it's actually working on Canelo. So I would pick Canelo. Like I said, I would pick it on points, because even if he does drop him, Crawford gets back up, and then, you know, he can't find Crawford again or whatever, you know what I'm saying, because he's so elusive and he's smaller and whatnot, then that goes back to what I'm saying, like, he would win on points. But that's an excellent fight. And, you know, obviously I'm talking about some 50-50 stuff, you know, because the thing is, we don't know if there's injuries involved, if there's something going on in the background or in the mind state of either one of these guys. The corners could mess up, anything could go wrong. And, you know, Crawford's an undefeated fighter, so I'm not going to ever put him down, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be like a unicorn fight, like a fight where it's not traditional, you know what I'm saying? It's like Roberto Duran versus Hagler, you know, something like that, where it's not supposed to happen. It's just a pick'em fight. And you know, I like these fights. I like Charlo versus Canelo. I really do like this fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I haven't seen anybody saying anything bad about them, but I haven't been in any of the discussions like I used to be. I used to be on Facebook a lot. I used to be on Discord and check what people are saying. You know, I sometimes check out Reddit a little bit. I check out Instagram a lot. But most people are liking the fight. It's just, I think they're more enthused with what's going on with Shakur Stevenson and whatnot, and this guy with Devin Haney and all these kind of like crazy mix-ups. You got Errol Spence wanting to fight Terence Crawford again. He put in for the rematch. So I just felt like it was time for me to say something. But there's so much to cover. Like, there's so many news out here right now. And like I said, I'm going through a change when it comes to my job and whatnot. But I'm still wanting to come here and talk with you guys, because at the end of the day, this is what I love to do. It's a hobby of mine, and love to talk boxing with you guys. I like to hear what you guys have to say, and if there's anything else going on that I haven't seen or heard, I would love to hear what you guys have to say. You know, I don't have Twitter anymore. The following on Facebook has dropped because I just went through so many personal things, you know, aside from boxing and whatnot. But I've been watching all the fights. I saw Tank versus Ryan Garcia, and I made a video about that. I said that it's not a 50-50 fight, and I was right, you know. The Loma versus Devin Haney fight was definitely closer, and I reviewed that fight, and I said it was a draw. I recently saw the Monster knock out I forget this guy's name, Fulton, I think his name is. I'm not sure if I'm getting it wrong. I saw a little bit of Frank Miller, and they're talking about him fighting Shakur Stevenson. I think that's going to be actually a pretty good fight. I think Frank Miller's pretty tough, you know. It might be Martin. That is his name. I don't know why I keep calling him Miller. I don't know why. But his name might be Frank Martin. I'm sorry. But I've seen him fight already. I've seen a little bit of Boots. I've been watching some of the documentaries on Showtime. I've been keeping up with as much as I can. All this craziness with Tyson Fury. The Usyk fight where we don't know if it's a low blow or not. You know, I didn't watch it live, so, you know, my emotions weren't raw when I saw the highlights. And I was just like, that looks a little close, you know what I'm saying? I was actually shocked that Usyk knocked him out, but, you know, that's what you're supposed to do, you know. So I don't hold it against him that he did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did what he was supposed to do, you know, and he kept the belts and whatnot. I also have been paying attention to Andy Ruiz calling out Wilder. Wilder versus Joshua should be interesting, but I got Wilder in that fight because the thing is, man, Wilder's top 3 right now. Like, even if you want to consider Fury as number 1, because some people don't even, like, they don't even remember that Fury is number 1, or they don't respect his antics and whatnot. So, in my opinion, I think Wilder's still number 3. I think he's a hell of a challenger. Even if you put him against Usyk, you know, like, I think Usyk would ice him. Honestly, I think he would ice him. But he's still a scary contender, you know. He's somebody's going to stay in your face, stay there, and he's not going to let off. Like, I mean, he's just going to keep going, you know. And if you don't hurt him, you don't drop him, or if you don't have him, like, all the way there like Fury did, because Fury had his number. He had his number in the first fight, too. It's just he didn't realize that he was bigger. It was almost like he thought he was Floyd Mayweather in there or something, and then he got dropped. So that was on him. He deserved that. But yeah, man, Wilder's still very much a scary fighter to fight. You know, obviously I don't fight. You guys know that, but it's just, you know, results don't lie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would love to see Andy Ruiz get in there with Wilder. He pitched out that he would take 10 million. That was in a Instagram live, you know. So it's really on him and what he decides. But he's getting closer to, Wilder's getting closer to making a 2-fight deal with Joshua. He said he wants to do one in Dubai or something like that. I don't know. Interesting things. But, you know, where's Fury? Like, what the hell was he? I don't get this, you know. Been watching a little bit of WWE here and there. Saw some stuff with Jake Paul that he won his fight with Nate Diaz. Big deal. Yeah, so I'm paying attention to all that. Seen a little bit of Floyd doing his thing. I know that Pacquiao is trying to re-enter to the Olympics. That's a really cool way to, you know, seal his destiny with boxing. I don't know if he's ever going to stop wanting to fight. Like, honestly, the man is just, he's a psychopath when it comes to boxing. Like, he's very cool and chill when it comes to being a human being and gives back to the people and whatnot. But, you know, his son's fighting and his itch doesn't go away. So, yeah, there's that. I love watching NBA, and we're waiting on the NBA here in Vegas. F1 is coming here to Vegas. So many things coming to Vegas. You got the Super Bowl and stuff. We're about to have the Athletics here in Vegas, and then got the Golden Knights, the champs. And what else? We're trying to get a basketball team. I think we're trying to get the Phoenix Suns. That's what I've been told. But yeah, man, we're excited over here. But just be patient. If you think that I'm not paying attention to my channel, I'm not. I am. Trust me. There's a lot of people that like my channel, and I'm not trying to, like, you know, basically not upload. Basically, I am gonna be uploading, but I'm trying to position myself. And if you make videos, and you will understand. If you don't, then my apologies, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to set myself up where I can make at least 2 to 3 videos a day. That would be the goal, and it would just all pertain to boxing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I could at least produce something for you guys today. Shout out to all my subscribers, the people that have been loyal to me, always like my videos, always shared my videos, always ask me how I'm doing. You know, the smallest things, I really appreciate it, and it goes really far for me, you know. But I just made this video just to not be like so perfect or whatever about whatever, because I really want to have it set up where it's nice. But aside from that, I did miss making some videos. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to try to keep boxing alive. You already know. It's your boy Rex Righteous. Thank you for tuning in. Peace out. Later.